This is sabotage.
I warned you.
You shouldn't have touched that land. You really thought I wouldn't fight back? That was the last thing Caleb Turner said before the valley turned against her. Welcome back to Voices Under Color, where power doesn't get the final word. Truth does. Before we begin, take a second and tell us, where are you watching from right now? Drop your city or country in the comments. A man who never wanted trouble. Caleb Turner never chased money or attention. He lived alone on Black Ridge Basin, land his great-grandmother secured in 1912 when most black families weren't even allowed to own property. The land held a natural reservoir, an old spillway, and a man-made retention wall reinforced decades ago by engineers who understood the mountain. It was quiet, protected, paid off, and it stayed that way until Victoria Langford arrived. Victoria didn't move like normal people. She arrived by helicopter. Within a month, she bought the surrounding ridge parcels through shell companies, announced a luxury eco-retreat called Langford Crest, and crowned herself head of the private HOA before a single guest arrived. From day one, she wanted Caleb's water access. The offer that was really a threat. Victoria didn't knock. She summoned. When Caleb arrived at her temporary office, she slid a contract across the table. "Sign this," she said casually. "It's generous." Caleb didn't even sit down. "My land isn't for sale." Victoria smiled, but her eyes hardened. "Everything is for sale," she replied. "Some people just need pressure." Caleb left knowing one thing. She wouldn't stop. The quiet theft. Victoria didn't forge documents. She did something smarter. She lobbied. Within weeks, Langford Crest filed an emergency zoning petition claiming Caleb's reservoir posed a structural risk to downstream development. With her political donations and lawyers, the county issued a temporary administrative override, freezing Caleb's access to dam controls until a review could be conducted. In simple terms, they took control of his water. Then they built. Dozens of hillside chalets appeared, directly below the spillway line. Caleb warned them, in writing, in emails, in certified notices. Victoria ignored all of it. The mistake she never saw coming. What Victoria didn't understand was this. The override only limited routine operation. It did not restrict emergency safety protocols, and the reservoir was approaching seasonal overflow. Caleb documented everything, water levels, rainfall data, structural limits, then filed a single notice with the county. Open quote, emergency spill regulation required for public safety. Close quote, legally they had 72 hours. Victoria laughed when she saw the notice. "He's bluffing," she said at a launch party. "He doesn't have the nerve." When the mountain answers. At dawn on the third day, Caleb walked into the spillway control chamber his family built. He didn't rush. He followed procedure. He opened the emergency gates exactly as designed. Water didn't crash. It rose, slow, controlled, unstoppable. By midday, the lower chalets flooded. By evening, foundations failed. By morning, Langford Crest was a lake of floating luxury. Victoria arrived screaming. "This is sabotage." Caleb stood above her on the ridge calm. "I warned you," he said. "You built where the mountain breathes." Authority finally listens. County officials, engineers, and state inspectors arrived, and for the first time, they read everything. The override, the ignored warnings, the floodplain violations, the political pressure. Victoria didn't just lose the resort. She lost everything. All insurance claims denied, investors sued, county opened a corruption investigation. Her zoning privileges revoked statewide. Langford Crest was condemned, bulldozed, gone. The land remembers its owner. Weeks later, the reservoir returned to normal. Grass grew back. Caleb walked the basin the same way his ancestors did, unbothered, unbroken. The mountain was still his. Final CTA. If you believe wealth doesn't give anyone the right to steal land, silence voices, or rewrite history, like this video. Share this story. Subscribe to Voices Under Color, because justice doesn't always come from courts. Sometimes it comes from the land itself.